When he knelt, my heart said yes. But my gut whispered, not yet. I was 23, fresh out of college, when I met Lucas at a friend's wedding. Charming, attentive, and a little impulsive, the kind that makes you feel seen in a crowd. 3 weeks later, he told me he loved me. I'd never felt that intensity before. Everyone around me said we were rushing. My mom asked, "What's the rush? You barely know him." But Lucas always had an answer. When you know, you know. He proposed in front of my entire family at my dad's retirement party. My cheeks burned, not from joy, but pressure. I said yes. The next day, I stared at the ring and asked myself, what do I really know about this man? But I buried the question deep and dove into planning a wedding I wasn't ready for. Have you ever felt pressured to say yes before you were ready? I smiled in every photo, but my heart wasn't in the frame. The closer the wedding day came, the more I felt like a guest in my own story. I picked a dress everyone loved but me. Lucas made all the big decisions, venue, colors, even the guest list. He said he just wanted to make it easier for me. My best friend, Janice, asked, "Are you sure he sees the real you?" And that question hit different. 3 days before the wedding, I found Lucas's phone buzzing. A message from a woman named C. The message. Still thinking about that night? I froze. Lucas said it was a harmless misunderstanding. I believed him because I didn't want to cancel a wedding everyone had RSVP'd to. I told myself, people change. He loves me. But deep down, I knew I was dressing up for a commitment I didn't understand. Would you go through with the wedding or walk away? The wedding ended. The fairy tale didn't begin. We landed in Santorini with sunshine and silence. Lucas spent more time on his phone than with me. I tried to brush it off. One night at dinner, I asked, "What are you thinking?" And he said, "I miss my freedom." My heart sank. We'd been married 3 days. The next morning, I found him outside, smoking alone. I had never even seen him smoke before. "You wouldn't have married me if you knew the real me," he said. I asked him why he proposed so quickly. He replied, "I wanted to win. You were the challenge." My breath caught in my throat. I was a trophy, not a partner. We didn't finish the honeymoon. We returned home early, and I moved into my mother's basement. Have you ever realized too late someone's intentions weren't what you believed? I walked out, but left the door open. Back home, I started therapy. I unpacked years of people-pleasing, fear of being alone, and how I ignored every red flag for validation. Lucas messaged often, "Let's try again, I'm changing." And part of me missed him, not the man he was, but the illusion I fell in love with. One rainy evening, he showed up at my door, drenched and pleading. My mom was furious. My therapist warned me, "Be careful you're not confusing regret with love." We met for coffee. He apologized, said all the right things. I almost said yes. Almost. But then he joked, "Don't overthink it this time." That was the moment I realized he still didn't understand me. Would you have given him a second chance? Like and comment, your story matters. The day I signed the papers, I married myself. I signed the divorce papers on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. No tears, just peace. Later that night, I wrote a letter to myself. You didn't fail. You chose freedom over fear. I stopped wearing the ring, not just the wedding one, but the mental one I'd forged out of self-doubt and desperation. I started hiking, painting again, relearning who I was without someone else's storylines written over mine. Months passed. I bumped into Lucas. He was polite, I was free. Now I run a support group for women who said yes too soon. We talk, we cry, we laugh, and we remind each other that loving yourself isn't a detour. It's the main road. What would you write in a letter to your past self? Like and comment. Your story matters. Follow Ted. Tales for more human stories that heal. If you felt moved by this story, please share it with someone who might need it today. Every view, every comment, every like keeps these real stories alive.